Today we are starting China, so go ahead and go into your history or social studies interactive notebook and go to slide 44. It should say Chinese vocab at the top with the words oracle bones, mandate of heaven, emperor, aristocracy, silt, and legalism. When you get there, go ahead and place the items, or the definitions I should say, with what word you think connects to them. Go ahead and pause the video here. Now, breaking down these words, you have oracle bones. Oracle bones are animal bones burned, and the cracks of those burns told predictions. For example, we'll learn a little bit later that they would take the bottom of tortoise shells and ox bones and ask questions about when should they plant their crops. And the fire would crack the bone, and based on where that crack was, it would tell an answer. It's the first form of Chinese writing. Now, the mandate of heaven. The mandate of heaven is the belief that the gods show their anger or happiness of the rulers through order. This is mostly through natural disasters and the environment. For example, if it starts a monsoon, more than likely, the people would say the gods are upset with the ruler, and either the ruler needs to figure it out or he or she should be overthrown. You'll notice that it does say gods, so they are polytheistic. An emperor is a supreme ruler with great power or rank. They are going to be what the ancient Chinese would call the monarch or the king in their government type, meaning that they are a monarchy that passes down from family to family. Aristocracies, speaking of family, it is the highest social class, and you are often born into it. This is going to be the upper class. This is going to be the wealthy class. It is going to be that they are given privileges because of their wealth, the aristocracy. Silt, you might have learned this in science. Silt is sand, clay, or other material carried by running water. And last but not least is legalism, which is the belief that man, meaning mankind, is born evil and needs strict rules and punishment. It is the idea, the only way that peace and order is established in society because mankind is evil is if you give them no alternative but to follow the rules. It's very harsh. Moving on to Chinese geography, we're going to go over to the little left-hand side. As in any other great early civilizations, the people of ancient ancient China farmed. Our fancy word for farming is agriculture. And they settled near major rivers in what would later become important cities. So just like Mesopotamia had the Tigris and Euphrates, Indus River Valley had the Indus River, and Egypt had the Nile, ancient China is going to have major rivers. More than 5,000 years ago, farming in China was primarily done in the valley of the Hongxi or Yellow River. You're going to notice if you look it up, the Yellow River actually is a river that has a yellow tinge in its color. This is because of the silt. Rice farming was especially important to the area. The land was fertile, which means it grows crops very well. Though great monsoons, or seasonal winds causing heavy rain and floods, destroyed the surrounding areas. So, items we are placing. The Yellow River is going to be here. It is at the top. We also have the Yangtze River. Just like Mesopotamia, civilization is going to start between two major rivers. We have the Gobi Desert, which we learn is a cold desert with frost and occasional snow. It is expanding, means getting bigger, because of desertification, which means that areas around the edges of the Gobi Desert are becoming a desert as it spreads. The Yellow River leads into the Yellow Sea, which then leads into the greater ocean of the Pacific Ocean. The Yellow River has silt. We talked about that. That's why it's still, or it has the yellow tinge to it. And it is densely populated with trade and fishing. The Plateau of Tibet is right in front of the Himalayan mountains. You might know that the Yeti, or the abominable snowman, lives there. And the Plateau of Tibet is the tallest plateau surrounded by mountain ranges, including the Himalayan desert. Nope, Himalayan mountains. Which leaves the Taklamakan Desert in between the Gobi Desert and the plateau. Now, this dot here is just to let you know this is where ancient civilizations in China thrived, in between the Yellow River and the Yangtze River. Hopefully that helped you get your bearings in ancient China. I'll see you.